election idea da bia ya na de akire nti won so de esi bia ya ma wo hunu na yenkwa na NDC amanyeko ne hwehwe ya hodo a wo de aba se Ghana fo ntie se de baya obenya omugidi ato aba e de ama wo ama omampani dada JD amatimi asa baya omampani biem na hwehwe ya wo de aba no eno na pani ba ko a wo ye MP ema no ton abaton pesua so Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa akasa che se NDC amanyeko no se wo mo de hwehwe ya hodo akase ene bebre no mo de ba na mama kese mienu bi wo ho no ma ye bosha wo mo de wo nsa to wo mo bo say promise on my honor wo mo ka de ache Ghana fo nyina se kwa bi ya so mbe ye e de amagana fo ene ebisa se mu de hin na akai no se tie se de wo ma ye nhehye ya se nyame ya dom na se Ghana fo to oba e de ma wo mo bedi o man su a MMDC yi se ye municipal metropolitan district chief executives ni nyina e beto wo mo so aba na ye yi wo mo na mo menkoya se aba na e be pa wo mo se o ye government appointee ye nyina nim se sa nhehye ye we ebere omampani na na dodan kwakufu ado his excellency e ba epe e no se wo be se adwuma no ama ya to wo so aba ye nim ba bi ekosi ye se ye beto no da ben yo e mai e na se NDC amanyeko se ono so de sa nhehye ye na ba se kwan bi aso ono de obedi so na wa me ya to wo so aba eno akire no wo se wa kan kina kamoko se kwan bi aso presidential staffers wo ma wo ayi atna ya ho no mo se Jubilee House se flag staff house no akwai manso no nipa gu ogu omampani office ye adwuma ye se ubisi asi we ye presidential staffer we empemsa asa nipa jo no wase wo mo ba beti so ye hu e de miensa mienu pa bi akwa kodina wa ye adwuma ma ye timi ebu akonta ye wase we nyina ye de beboa ma ban no etimi ebu akontapa wode nsem we nyina to dwa ebra no one se jofo kasa no wode nsusuye bi aba se ebe ya yenhwese ebe ye decentralization pa eche se ene se ye be maka mmamika biso ye adwuma se bia local government hwehwe ye mu no ye be hwe se bibia anya nkran ko anemom se ye hwa ye chiechem ene ye mikrom be kwa asanso ne ye bia kosi ho na ya botan so mantwe ho no mo ba bi wo se pe bo krom na e bi si ho brekum bia dan kwa no so ho akosena se ho na ha no so ne bi esi ho saa fe bo se a chiechem a enti apepa amamuo ni timi ko ni yesa no a bibia ngoya nkran saa koba ne saa enye kura ensema wo do di dwa no san se wo mo the presidential emolument committee no ebeka abo fair wages and salaries commission num amana be ba kwa na nhehye ye okan de ebotwo yenti onumunyafo Okujeto Ablakwa.
He'll set up the Constitution Review Commission. President Mahama set up the Constitution Implementation Committee. And again, President Mahama is saying that he is going to go back to constitutional reforms, conclude the work that was started, and we are really glad about that. Some of the things you will see at the end of this constitutional reform process is that, for example, we are going to have MMDCs elected. We are no longer going to appoint them. For example, you are going to see at the end of this constitutional review process that Parliament is going to be strengthened. That constitutional provision which says that majority of ministers should come from Parliament is going to stop. So that you decide, you either want to be a legislator or you want to be an executive. The president is also then going to have a free hand to appoint ministers from everywhere. Best brains, best expertise to help him develop this country. He is not going to be restrained because of the constitutional provisions. Key amongst the constitutional review items that you can expect is that President Mahama is saying that we are going to take a second look at Article 71 of our Constitution. So ex-gratia will be abolished. He does not believe that we should continue with this practice of ex-gratia to a few Article 71 office holders. And in the process, he is going to put together the Presidential Emoluments Committee, combine that with the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. So we have one body. So we don't have two classes of workers in our country. Article 71 workers who are treated specially and differently, and then the rest of the Ghanaian workforce. So these are some of the key highlights that you are going to see at the end of the constitutional reforms that are going to take place under incoming President John Dramani Mahama, inshallah. When you also read the manifesto, President Mahama is promising a new paradigm of ethical and incorruptible leadership. He says that he is going to lead by example. So the fight against corruption is not going to be fighting the corruption of my predecessor. Everything that happens by my appointees, I am a clearing agent, so I don't see it. President Mahama is saying that he will not be a clearing agent. He will expect the highest standard of ethical and incorruptible leadership. If you cannot meet that gold standard, then you have no business serving in his government. And I think that we have to applaud President Mahama for that. President Mahama is also saying that he is going to drastically reduce the size of government by appointing not more than 60 ministers. And you've heard him say this time without number. He's very passionate about it. In addition to that, if you read our manifesto, some people had 60 and then they ran to go implement it, to go announce 50. When they are the people with the worst record under this fourth Republican dispensation, appointing over 100 ministers. But you see, they just stop at 50 ministers. We go beyond. The NDC manifesto is saying that we are going to streamline and realign the government. There is no reason why we should have a separate ministry for railway and transport, a separate ministry for sanitation and local government, separate ministry for tourism and chieftaincy. President Mahama is saying we are going to do major realignment, streamlining of all of these ministries. Then in addition to that, he doesn't stop there. The lean and efficient government that President Mahama is talking about. He is also saying that all of these amorphous presidential staffers who have mushroomed overnight, and we have been raising concerns in Parliament, they don't listen to us. As we speak, some of the portfolios of these presidential staffers, when you hear it, you collapse. Ghana is currently paying somebody who calls himself a diaspora church mobilization officer. Can you believe it? He's also a presidential staff who is mobilizing the churches all over the world. And only Ghana must pay for it. He didn't go to the UN so that we all contribute, so that all governments, all countries will contribute. Only Ghana is paying for a diaspora church mobilization officer. Ghana is paying somebody at the presidency called an ambassador for diaspora youth affairs. Can you believe it? When we have a foreign minister, 2 deputies, we have 63 diplomatic missions across the globe. Yet we have to pay somebody at the presidency to mobilize the youth in the diaspora. President Mahama is saying that he's going to cut out all of this waste, all of these amorphous and nebulous and totally useless positions are going to be.
And Central Function Muya NDC Amanyoko ye or Martin Ayakasi ye war Adabrakan Graha and I'll say you're Samuel Kuji to Blakwa. No tongue about some pictures of Mashimideni, El Church and Simusan, or Yeno, and now a Mashimideni, which now home man for Wadaklu, or Mayan for Kwame Agboza, or also Ejiaka Samuka Sanye. Now that's what the children Nana say. And Emma would not be a one of my MPP, Abanya, what this way, war by share boss or baby. Baby, no Wakaya, and Yajuma, was so uncount quite cry. Was share boss or Bessie, year hospitals, district hospitals are a year 120 beds, and my hospitals are who draw, yeah, what my Ghana more, a BR 3.5 million US dollars, and or the Bessie, I hear Rabasa famine. Anyaduma and watching so crano abandon the contractors are 1 year acquiring our Ghana haka Baya 15 billion Ghana cedis and so caso betria rabasa and so and your castle account broswa Bosha be one ma a bench ya Ghana 42 me man no ma better so a D and no what to worry just what you need. Yeah, one person will bet your crown or one bosha or castle will be this one. Why, yeah, Magana for Yantia honorable Kwame Agboza.
Something has said everything we do in our country, whether it's healthcare, education, business, and everything, hinges on the kind of infrastructure we have. And I have no doubt in my mind President Mahama and NDC holds the most sterling record of infrastructure development in our country. And the records show everywhere we see. Ghana's economic growth and development aspirations hinge significantly on development of robust and modern infrastructure. The previous NDC government enduring legacy of infrastructure development in the areas of transportation, energy, water, housing, telecommunication, and others are issues that has already transformed the lives of Ghanaians, and we still need to do more. As a result of the enduring legacy of President Mahama bequeathed to President Akufo-Addo completed transformational projects and gave value to the enhancement of the well-being of Ghanaians through some of these projects. Just to mention a few, the MPS project at Tema, which was done within the record period of time by President Mahama, gives a lot of revenue to the country today. Part of the revenues from MPS today is what this government is wasting at one crack, where they have gone to actually enter into an agreement with a company and have decided that one of the companies who is not even part of the agreement is paid a lot of money. President Mahama has already indicated we will need to look into that. But I'm just giving you that example of the enduring legacies and the value for money investments that are generating revenue for our country. As we speak, NPP hasn't done much or nothing in terms of building any new fort and other thing. Let the record show that. When it comes to aviation, President Mahama actually refurbished Terminal 2 at Kotoka International Airport, which is, if you were to go to Burkina Faso, Terminal 2 at Kotoka is as good as all that they have in Burkina Faso at the international airport. And actually added Terminal 3, which is flagship. Many people don't know that out of the building of Terminal 3 at Kotoka, Ghana has won a lot of awards as one of the best airports in the sub-region. And passenger numbers have increased. It created jobs and give us a better image. Let me put it on record. The NPP government has never started and completed any airport projects in our country. Indeed, what they have gone to complete at Kumasi is an NDC project. Yes, they came to Parliament to take an additional loan to complete an NDC project. So ask President Akufo-Addo, for the 8 years, what did you do with aviation? All that they did, to be honest, is to hand over our national career license to an organization which is yet to even buy a helicopter to operate fly the flag of Ghana. I think we can do better when NDC comes to government. Interchanges. Indeed, President Mahama.
So for the Amotin in Kane, da Kluma Shebedjani, Unmenya for Kwame, Agboza, Nene, and no coffee.
I was down for Yatra and Semno Eso. Now, draw for the medical country Modada for. My main comment in a war and Semno Emu. I was down for a penny, we say, or apostle. Now, one way what 33 when you name the self way dear. Or one pie cra or body man NDC. Fise chini ye wana jimu papa. Nidi ane apostle Obed Bosonchesam. Were dedicated NDC loyalists. Now, as a candidate time constituency and na owo at Remantem. Watching it you by a press conference. Or say walk independent, yes. Na say would ye Kaubiani Mose umpire Ubonina. Eja Mahama na umpire man, any NDC. The womb saw suffered it. Never ne saying, and I cobani say ye, was a boo ABB. Candidate now was a Siano, parliamentary candidate. Their friend Dr. Grace, I ain't so down. She doesn't break anybody. Umubia. She has smelled bon pa. Oh, yeah, not in China. Said ye what CN1 Casapa or the NDC executive no woman cano decision be a bone one namha, which I said, or ye never be a. One who said, one more, I ran wedding cuckoo, to say Bayana. When you go and as we didn't go crowd, when you do not John Dramani Mahama Chinti, or back on Tancro. Nene, Kojo Krum and Apostle Obed, or yes, I declaration is a one of the if you are never or one for whom one, or Monkai said, walk independent, content crop, rock or traba. Now, what we near, where you Dr. Grace, I yes, you down qua, Edino, every home. because she is disrespectful to party members and leaders. Brofwa, what can you
No credit ever coupe or NDC or Iskadu Katan. Omuni name abofo penyin omuni me dwumadin a me ye de boa ye parliamentary candidate owo ha sisi a me na me ndoso dwumadin a me ye de boa no monya akwanya se won ba bedi NDC benim no ndase a menya ye nimguase se bempenifo si ko doso ayentina faako enji nimguase enu nti se me nyame sofo na mentimi enene koham konya ambaba yinti okurase maka menweye sabi suban a order na di na obianim they know penifo no munim they can't tell me they don't know, they know what is happening beka obi ka say oh ni suban ye me dem nka say ni suban na enye ono ani say ni suban ono ani na de aha but the ono dia ye me no na me hu say no me nyame akwa metumi ne nyi sem yi ano metumi ne nko what am be chana since me twe me ho na ma focus na dia nyame dia hye me sem metumi aye na ma ye me do NDC pa obi am say na wa wonu mi say ekwa ye kwe ye belusu no kwa da ye ba akopɛ oh ofa ye nka no kranche ye ho grassroots o mo ka no say oh nyama nkoye en kwa no mfa obone ni di mfa ma saa nipa na be den na wato abadi ama mo aba be di ni so enti meba se meba di ahobrase obone kasapane kasede e de ba be di Iskadu Katan manim akombehye bedwom na minya so a me de kese ade ofioye me de baboa NDC party na
enti asam no wase de enti a wode ne ho agim we enti no wode ne ho agim na obese supporters na eba ho no supporters ni bi ena na fin e pinche ho bi say na se apostle obedi de enyame nipa de wode asasi so ahini ye den a wokope parliament ahini no wase ebo ye hu se openi no we no kwa kafo tinye tane ye enti ebi
mpacho senti am pese obegina ne se sesi anu hu se asofufo ni nkofo bebre adwen wo ye tim ni sa na sa nyamesomfo bebre na nyamesomfo mapa no omusuro se mmekọ politics bebre ya omka se politics e dirty game but entisa but politicians bi mu na ema politics ye dirty game inti senti amedi na echi ni se me nso me nyamesom ni mapa inti me nso me baboa no ema nyamesomfo nso ayeden aba politics ama yeden no kre no ayeden agi amani na santi na meso me na echi yes your friend patience adenyo
Fortino essence ni moto no de ban say a leader with vision. So if a person with a vision, he has a lot to do and he has a lot in mind to do for us. Example, as for the youth, for example, most of the youth are unemployed, and when he's making his speech, he said that he will create jobs opportunities for the youth and jobs like handwork. That is very important so that it can benefit us and it can move us from our life now to another generation, and it can help the future generation as well. Thank you. Hayford Thomas. Hayford Thomas.
I was for jobs like handwork. Jobs that like handwork. And one like handwork. See, or say now when the castle come. I was for way a Chicago time and apostle were declared. Now oh sure. Colors are when you know NDC colors.
Aye.
One more check colors see every
now sir NDC chini yana pampe mu no abwana osi ho no no afa ne deny
asa no ma we say na kura do no kwa laisu
yes still that
that's all
that's all
on that ho no
just o ye true NDC ni map ankasa oh
and with the vision he will give you job like handwork and don't worry. Vote for him and you will get job like handwork. Let that say I get also I get carry. Don't ask your question as asemo. What say hey Kofi you can lie. You too you can lie Richard. Ordinary rich Nana Kwesi Walker. You too you can lie. What's say assemble enkurani. Let that assemble ena Elizabeth Gage so de wabana wo de toy bi ato ho ena wo sere sam wo say your from Loveland dentu ba chewo mi bisa say wo betu ama me kwan ana nanka maddo se wa akoto. Which one of the is it agape love or the which one of the love? Come and explain with better particulars and a diagram.
Illustration.
Yeah. Yes, I am who said ever come. Don Nanake say tell her I am sorry. Okay, what's your patch or why? At the end of car say
what
we know say you say I didn't know. Who say yeah necessary.
Say me mood.
They say oh you know
who black can say this.
Yes, the obesity to us different shades of black.
What?
Elizabeth Gage is going to London Bagakwaba. Hey, Eliza, good evening. Chacha. We say from Nkranza and I'm a war. Okay, message, you know.